There we are. I know it's late, everybody, but figure someone's just sitting around, nothing to do. We're gonna be working on some 220s tonight. Finally got the family to bed, and figured I'd just come out to the shop and work some equipment. So, seeing what everybody else is up to tonight, if anybody's even up yet. I know it's a school night, but G Trapper, how we doing, bud? It's been a little bit since I seen you. that. Uh, Hold on, we gotta get the camera set up here since it's kind of a mess. There we go. That's a little better. Um, got a bunch of 220s I inherited, like I said on my Facebook here the other day, but we're kind of just modifying the triggers the way I want to on them. You guys know I like the kind of the house shape. It's kind of my go-to. So, Todd, what are you doing awake, bud? Michael Grant, how we doing? Man, don't you guys got to work in the morning? We're just getting some traps ready. It's kind of lonely out here in my shop, so I figured I'd get on here and see what everybody else is up to. I see Next Gen was on here. Oh, God, yeah, he is. Trapper Bob, Don. I gotta move this camera closer to me so I can actually see stuff. Oh, you work night starting tomorrow night, Todd? There we go, that's a little better. Man, that makes for... That's tough. Are you gonna, well, it might make trapping better for you. From Florida. Hey. Thanks, Scott. I appreciate it, bud. Yeah, it's season's getting here, guys. It is getting here quick. Just making sure all these springs are the way I like them. You know, every time I buy traps, I always check the spring tension. For my 220s, they gotta be pretty solid for me to have interest in them. You know, my dog proofs can be less, and I'm okay with it. But my 220s, I really want them pretty stout if I'm going to use them. Trap tags, I'm literally just rolling it over a link. I shared this on my Facebook Live the other day. I just take it and simply roll it around one side of the link. Works really well for me. Make sure the trigger's the way I like it, and into the 220 pile it goes. So, Todd, if you're still here, you all set? Your Facebook post about getting all the stuff ready is getting me pretty excited. Pretty pumped up. Like I told you, your season's going to be watching other people's season. It really gets me excited. Especially, someone like Todd who is like the skunk master, I swear. Uh-oh, I'm missing comments now all of a sudden. You don't have school tomorrow, Hoyt? That's good. Mike, I don't know what's better or not, but yeah, exactly, Todd. Exactly. And you're all ready to go. I'm pretty jealous of that. I'm getting there, though. Once I get the last, I don't know, I got these new 220s to go through. Once that gets through, I'll be ready to go. Mink Trapper's in here. I actually double tag almost all my traps except for my 220s. My 220s are about the only thing I don't. I don't double tag. Sometimes I will, but a majority of times I don't. What's everybody up to tonight? Other than what they should be going to bed. I know my phone's not letting me see all the comments. AKW, how we doing, bud? We are 35 days away from pre-staking right now, I believe. That's pretty, a little too close for comfort, in my eyes, really. As far as it's time to get stuff prepared. I'm not behind. I'm actually probably ahead of last year, but I didn't actually dye anything last year. This year, everything is getting dyed from 1.5s to 85s to 220s. Every single thing this year is getting dyed. So just gotta take off the old trap tags. It's kind of cool seeing some of these. You know, some of these that I've actually got. Like this is a new one too. This one's not even from Iowa. We're gonna have to hold on to that one. Some of the trap tags, I just keep a collection of them. It's kind of neat. You know, just kind of reminisce of some of these old timers that are either out of it now or have since passed, and it's just kind of neat. But all we got left is these 220s, and I've got one tote in front of me left of dog proof, so I got to sort through. Hopefully we're going to do some power washing tomorrow. Ready for tomorrow. Packages from Funky's. Oh, cool. Got your Formula One dip. Some anchors coming. Don, I do. I will dye him in Formula One. You don't have a single thing ready? Yeah, next gen, you better start getting in shape, buddy. You're starting to look like me, and that's not good. Other than all the ladies in college will probably be chasing you now. Why does my phone not want to do comments? Todd, I'm running actually, if I have the long ones here, I'm running about, a 5-foot pogo. So I can pull them off to the side. I'll actually anchor this about 4 foot off to the side of the trail. When they get caught, it'll swing down below, off the trail. I personally, which I should ask you about it because you're kind of the conibear master, but I feel like getting that animal off the trail really, really helps keep animals moving through that trail and helps my catch percentage down the road. You have a girlfriend now, next gen? Man, here I thought you were going to have a good season. Are you talking about those mannequins again? I don't think that mannequin's going to care too much. Derek, my dog proof bait, it's top secret, very, very high dollar. I make it myself. I'm just kidding, man. It's all I'm using is cat food, gourmet cat food. That's all I've used for dog proofs. I've experimented a few other things with success, but for what works well on my line is that cat food. If you have something that works good for you, do not change it. Just for me, I have no reason to switch from my cat food. AKW is focused on deer season. I get that. I get that. That's RU season just started here the other day. Got a bunch of pictures of my buddies' kids killing deer, and just yesterday, my boy's like, "Yeah, I'd like to go." Oh, okay. Well, now we gotta get some tags and everything else yet. So a little behind the 8 ball on that, but I'm off tomorrow for the first time in a week, so I'm really excited about being able to get out. Oh yeah, Derek, absolutely. Ask anything you want, bud. I'm an open book. Next gen. Yeah. No, I'm not you, man. That's just weird. But everyone's into different things, and I'm just never gonna be in your shop alone with you. All right, Todd. You take care, buddy. Pest Hunter, how we doing? Lane Davis. Todd, you only got a few days left, man. That's pretty exciting. So you get some sleep, bud. Get rested up, because it's about to start for you, buddy. I need to do a video on finishing my beaver out here. I still have to finish all my spring beaver, so. Derek, this year I'm going to be chasing coyotes in the road line. If I can get on some private ground, I probably will do that as well. But I don't get a lot of private ground permission. Mostly because the area around me is locked up for deer hunting. It's all leased up. Things like that. It's really, really hard to get permission for private ground around me. So if I do coyotes, which I'm planning on, I'm hoping to catch a dozen or so in the road ditches. Nothing crazy, but just catch a handful. I have some serious respect for those guys that go out and catch 30 plus coyotes a year. That's amazing to me. I will probably never be that guy. Coon is definitely my thing because it's easy and simple, like me. Get your trap tags and your daughter's tags this week. Oh, cool, Michael. Ben from Wisconsin. This is another thing. If you see this, so that was basically pulled by the stake. They used a cable puller and started pulling on the cable up here. Definitely weakens that, so you got to be really careful. You can bend this back, but it's just a matter of time before it breaks. It's not good. You don't want that. Oh wow, you're going after good deer, bud. I got a good friend of mine. He's killed 3 200-inch deer with a bow, which is pretty damn impressive. There's plenty of big deer around, but to track them down and do your homework like that's pretty impressive. So good luck to you, my man. Dan, how we doing? Yeah, I'm definitely needing to dye everything this year. Yeah, next gen. When you go to sell your trapping equipment, let me know, buddy. I'll definitely be interested. Especially what you just recently bought. So. Gonna have to get him in here to do a live with me sometime. That kid can catch a lot of coon. Not happening, yeah. And give it a couple years. Also, next thing you know, you get married and you have kids. And then this whole young and freedom thing kind of disappears. You'll get there one day, buddy. I promise you. Not saying it's bad, but when you get older, get married, have kids, that spontaneous go out and do what you want thing definitely doesn't happen. I'm sure everybody else in here can pretty much attest to that. This late at night, we probably don't have much of the young people in here, but I mean, even look at next gen, he's going to bed, so excited about deer season. Every night I dream about deer season. KW, that's funny. Oh, cool, Michael. Oh, yeah, Iowa. Coon are not difficult to catch. Definitely not a hard animal to catch. There's plenty of them around. But they're so fun. Put my triggers in and bend them out, make my horseshoe or my house shape. This trigger's actually bent in a little bit, so we're gonna push them out. All right, AKW. Dream about those that deer hunting, because it probably doesn't start tomorrow for you either. But good luck, buddy. Yeah, mink are fun. They are just not the numbers of them to be able to hit them hard. There are several good mink guys I know that are catching several hundred a year, which is amazing. Just not realistic in my area. I hope one day I can find some good mink areas and learn to become a better mink trapper, but it's just not so much in my area. If I were to go 30 miles one way, it'd be a lot better, that's for sure. Oh, cool, Michael. You want 4 skunks this year? That's awesome. 13 days. That's not far away, buddy. I'm sure you got all your stuff lined up and ready to go. I'm getting close to getting everything ready. Probably won't be this, well, I call it this weekend. My days off are Monday and Tuesday. So I call it my weekend, I should say. Won't be this weekend, but I will be probably dyeing all my equipment next weekend. So, and then it's scouting. I did a little bit of fun scouting the other day, and oh man, just kind of driving around checking stuff out. It's phenomenal what's going on. All your clothes washed. AKW, you must be a pretty diehard bow hunter. That's pretty awesome, man. I wish you luck. I never did do the whole scent thing. I just played the wind myself, and I probably didn't fully commit to the scent stuff. I didn't give it a fair shake, I guess, but I tried several things, and if they came downwind to me, it seemed like they smelled me anyway. So, have a good night, bud. Yeah, Michael. Bridges are awesome, especially for all your animals, but we don't have any water this year. We've got almost nothing. Uh, it's pretty crazy, really. Joel, I have not. One day I hope to. Um, I really hope to. That's one of my bucket list trapping adventures would be to get on a marsh trapping muskrats by the hundreds to thousands. Hey, Tony, how we doing, bud? Yeah, I get it. Call me whatever. Yeah, Iowa, mink. That would be fun. Um, I would love to find a good marsh that had them, but we've been so dry. AKW, go to bed, bud. Oh yeah, and that's the thing, Dan. If I can find some good water, like good water, I know they're going to be there. The problem is finding it. We're so dry right now. Any creek system that was probably under 2 foot deep last year is bone dry. Those creek systems that I was waiting in beaver season that are waist to chest deep, they're now down to about a foot, foot and a half of water. Pretty crazy. We did however, last night get about 2 inches of rain, which is awesome, but not enough to really get it going. Vet, I have not looked towards the weasel type stuff yet. I actually did get another picture of a friend of mine about, what is he? Probably 20 miles from me. His cat's caught a weasel. And it wasn't even north of me. It was actually straight east of me. So, I don't know if this is going to be a good one or not. So that tells me, I'm not, oh yeah, we're good. I'm not too far off from weasel territory. I'm kind of looking forward to a late January hitting it hard for coon, as well as chasing these weasels around. I don't like this one though. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that one. Really? 100 rat huts. That's cool, Tony. And see, there's a couple like marshy ponds around here. I've seen them hit like 4 or 5 huts, and I thought that was amazing. And then you talk to some of these like huge rat trappers, and they won't even touch a marsh if it has less than 500 huts on it. I just find that crazy. Jane, not the pleasant area this fall. Oh, cool. You coming out here doing some trapping, are you? So the beaver flooded it enough to get rat huts in there? That's pretty crazy. Oh, stock dam. Okay. I guess we don't really have what you call a stock dam here. But we're not, we got huge cattle people, but not like ranch type stuff. I messed up the other night when we got all that rain. Well, it was last night. Yeah, last night. I left my garage door open. Holy cow, did we get some rain in here. I had water all the way to about 15 foot into my garage. There's a good one. I don't know, there's just something satisfying about a good strong 220. I don't know, when it's stout, it just builds my confidence in that trap. I like to run all Dukes too. Duke everything for me. And with that bare trigger like that, I've actually learned to bend these in first. Like so. And then I can open them into my house pattern. Seems to work pretty good versus trying to bend them out and then you're trying to bend them in without bending the whole thing in. Seems to help me a lot better. Oh, Mink, you like the Victor? Yeah, Victor traps are good too. Nothing wrong with them. I just have really good luck with these, and they're really cheap and really strong. Oh, cool, Jane. Good luck. I hope you have a good season. Oh, Earl, I appreciate it. I started doing a trap prep video the other day of how I'm sorting out my traps, getting them ready. I'm going to do a power washing video of them probably tomorrow. It's all going to be one video, I guess I should say, of my trap prep. Which I should probably do snares with that too, which means I need to make snares. But then I'll dye them. Dyeing day is going to be huge. We're going to dye close to 1,100 traps in one day. It's going to be a big day. We're going to do some filming with that. If I can figure out the whole GoPro time-lapse thing. It could be kind of interesting, but otherwise we might even do a live during it. Figure out a way I can do that and kind of talk you guys through how I do things. It might always be the way you guys do it or the best way, but it's what works for me. And that's how I do all my stuff. You know, it's what works best for me. Take it with a grain of salt. If it doesn't work for you guys, don't do it. But, you know, I'm always open to new ideas. That's why I started this channel. I learned just as much from my channel as probably more so than I've helped anybody else. So. At the Iowa Trapper Convention, it's pretty cool. They had guys setting 330 conibears in less than 3 seconds by hand. Pretty amazing, really. Hoyt. No, I've never used the circle triggers, so I can't really weigh an option on them. I just like the standard triggers. I just kind of make the what I call the house shape. If I get behind my shirt, there you go. I like that the best. I've actually gone a lot to putting them on the bottom. My thoughts to this, you know, your grass and stuff grows from the bottom, and a coon's going to put his head through there, and generally it's his shoulders that are going to set this off. It seems to give me a really good right behind the ear catch every time. So just something I've kind of gone to. Oh, cool, Dan. That's awesome. Use the bridgers between. Nothing wrong with bridgers. Bridgers are good traps too. Michael Grant, there's nothing wrong with that, buddy. I used to set really heavy like that when I first started off, when I was bridge trapping. Oh man, that tag doesn't want to open up. But I kind of went away from it just because it was exhausting if I had 4 or 5 coon. Most of the time it was 2 or 3, but you carry 3 or 4 raccoon up that ditch, plus the gun, plus the bait, you're exhausted. You are beat. Just ordered 100 7-foot fiberglass poles and bought the hangman brackets at the NTA this year. Switched to marsh. Oh, cool. Are you, Joel, if you're in the marsh, are you doing like a rat setup? That'd be pretty cool, man. I'm jealous. Muskrats on a marsh is kind of my go-to trapping bucket list. Our law requires swivels at the end of the chain on each trap. Really? That's... Yeah, that would be one benefit. Although I think you could add a swivel pretty easy, Tony, either way. But, yeah, bridges are good. There's nothing wrong with the bridger trap by any means. Use circle triggers, trap shy beavers. Oh, cool, Hoyt. I won't... The only way I'll be at Bloomfield is Friday afternoon, Friday evening if we get out early at work. I'll probably make the trek down there. It's quite a distance for me. I won't make the actual show, but I might make the Friday night kind of powwow, shoot the bull. But I can't stay out too late because Saturday is pre-staking. Pre-staking is everything for me. Getting those traps in the ground. It's going to take me a long time to get it done. That way, come opening day, all I have to do is just open traps and go. A huge, huge advantage that Iowa has here. Got 2 herds of cattle having calves. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be busy, Tony. Yeah, Dan, I mean, my 220s and stuff, I don't worry about it because um, if it, as long as that holds up for that first minute and a half, I'm pretty good. I'll tell you what, Joel, I've had pretty good luck with those in farm ponds. Not always right away. It seems to take, I only probably 2 or 3 days, but it seems like after that they produce like crazy. Um, I did that on the farm pond. I experimented with it 2 years ago, and I used the high quality cherry lure, muskrat number 3, with a cotton ball on the hag bracket above the trap. First 2 days, I thought it was gonna be dynamite. I set like a 10 of them in this pond, nothing. Then the third day, I had like 3. Next day it was like 6, and then I caught like 3 for 3 more days in a row. It's almost like they had to get used to it, but once they did, man, it was on fire. I would think those would do pretty good in marshes. Don't quote me on it because I've never done it, but I know that cherry oil, as I call it, the muskrat number 3, was it worked out well. Yeah, vet. That's kind of what I can't go all in from the start. I couldn't do it. There's no way. But I do want to have all my 220s, all my dog proofs, in whatever footholds I can find water for pre-staked. So I'll be probably pushing 1,000 traps. If I mean that's a huge, very ambitious goal. But if I can get that all pre-staked, yeah, I'll set like 400 the first day. Then probably Thursday, I'd probably try to set another 200 at the end of it. And then come that next Sunday or Monday, try to set another 200, and just work my way up until the whole line's out. And as I go, that first stuff I set out, I'll pull intermittently the stuff that's dead or not producing. So if I set, say we get out 300 traps opening day, uh, by day 10, when I'm setting kind of that second or third round of traps, I've probably pulled 50 to 100 out of that first 300, where there's just, it's kind of dead, nothing's producing, or it's kind of a one coon trail. Yeah, you're busy, Tony. You're always busy, bud. Dan, that would be kind of funny. Anybody getting ready to have a convention coming up? Seems like, what was it? Iowa, Wisconsin, South Dakota, and something all had theirs last weekend. Oh yeah, Tony, that'll put you back. Hoyt, I just want to break my goal or my record. My record was 3 years ago with 1,082. I'd love to hit 1,100, but I mean 1,083. I'm gonna be tickled pink. So just gotta find more ground. This is my off year. This is my when I tried filming 2 years ago. This is my off crop rotation, I should say. So uh, when I have oh I'm probably like a 55-45 split on my trap ground with corn. When I started filming, I was about 45% corn. I didn't hit my goal. Last year I did hit my goal, but I had 55% corn. So knowing that my crop rotation is off, I've got to find more ground. Um, and that's just homework. That's all it comes down to. Uh, homework, homework, homework. Get out there and find it. So Yeah, I don't blame you, Tony. Yeah, I was really hoping I could make it to Nebraska. I've heard really good things about that convention. Um, it's not in the cards for this year, but I am thinking next year I'm gonna make a point to head out there. Um, and to be honest with you, outside of like Omaha, I've never been past that going west, so be kind of cool. Be a new experience for me. These traps I got off a buddy of mine who ran the same long pogos like I did. Only he liked to leave his on, and I do not. I wish I could, Tony. Like I said, with family and stuff right now, my kids being young, I can't do much leaving state. Uh, I'd love to, even if the plans I had what I was hoping to have happen this fall, even if it was to happen, headed down south, it was only going to be for like 3 days at best. Uh, it'd be awesome, but it's just not on the cards right now. I gotta stay close to home, take care of the family. Uh, maybe some year, maybe when my kids are bigger. I'd love to, love to. Oh hell, Gary, you're right there. Then that's awesome. Oh, cool, Hoyt. Yeah, it's gonna. We don't have water down here at all. We are very, very dry, very dry. Um, do I think that'll affect my land trapping that I do on the road line? Yeah. I don't think it's going to affect me nearly as much as the water trappers, for sure. But it is still going to affect me, and I know it is. But the way I look at it, these creeks, these water systems, yeah, they're going there to get water, but they're travel ways. In my opinion, I think they're still, whether it's a dry creek bed or a flowing waterway, they're going to attract raccoon just like they would either way. Otter Cat, how we doing, buddy? Isn't it past your bedtime? Yeah, I seen. I got a message, Tony. Um, I'll get to you either after this or tomorrow morning, since I'm off for the first day in literally 8 days. So I'm kind of looking forward to. I wouldn't call it sleeping in, but I get sleep past about 5:30, so that's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Are we working on traps tomorrow, Tony? Yeah. I'm hopefully going to be, after tomorrow, be completely ready for the dyeing process. Um, I can't say that for sure, but I'm hoping to be there. I need to be there. I did see Ottercat. I think of you. I somehow think of Arkansas Trapper. You Southern boys. He said he had a pretty good turnout for that little district trapping get together he had, which is pretty cool. I love seeing all these people doing group events. It wasn't that long ago. Trappers, kind of in a way, were very, very solitude individuals. They didn't talk much. You didn't exchange information. You were quiet about everything. Um, I'm glad to see that's finally starting to change. I understand some people are still secretive about certain things, but we got to share a little bit. Your third trapping shed. Hunting and stuff. How we doing? I won 1100. I won't say it's my goal. Actually, yes, I will. I will say it's my goal. My real goal is just beat my record, but 1083 would do that. So do a lot of fishing in Florida. But I've never hunted or trapped before. What are you targeting in your traps? Do you trap for a living? Um, well, welcome to the Iowa Trapper page, PMang6. Hope I didn't murder saying that. Uh, I trap for profit. I trap for fun. I trap for food. Um, Not much goes to waste on these things when I'm done with them. Uh, I have a trapping channel trying to educate the importance of trapping, um, and educate people on why it happens. This isn't like Fox and the Hound where everything has teeth and is designed to mangle animals. Things have come a long way since those days, uh, and it's more humane than what everybody else shows you. The antis anyway. Um, so yeah, welcome to the page. I hope you're ready. That's gonna be a fun season. Up here in Iowa, we get tons and tons of raccoons, and I try to catch quite a few of them every year. Dawn, actually, I think I will be going to Beeman this year. My schedule changed, so I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays off, so I'm looking forward to it. Exactly, Pest Hunter, exactly. Internet vet, oh yeah, on skunks, skunks are huge. I sell the essence out of skunks, the fur. I sell the claws and or feet. I sell the fat. I potentially got some market on the organs. I can sell the meat. Did I say skulls already? There's a bunch on here. Oh, cool, Tony. Yeah, cool, Don. I'm hoping to make it. I shouldn't say yes for sure yet. So for me, with my job, I normally am allowed to work as many extra days as I want to. I can just literally show up 7 days a week, and they just put me to work. Definitely one of the benefits of my job, or it was. They've really hindered us with that this year. They haven't allowed it as much. Therefore, my savings account for trapping funds is not quite where it should be yet for gas money. Uh, Therefore, when they do let me work, it's typically a Sunday. So I'm pretty cautious about, I need to work when I can. Oh, really? No. Um, coon can be good eating. Uh, I've had it once where it's really good. I've had it once where it was bad, and I've had it once where it's terrible. Um, the stuff that I do eat on my own line, muskrats and beaver, are phenomenal. Uh, I don't do so much for the raccoons. I sell the meat on them, but uh, for me, muskrats and beaver is where it's at. How much did you get for all my cars last year? I'm assuming you're talking raccoons, Lawrence. Um, I came out all right. Uh, with everything I sell off of my raccoons, I came up with like a 1030. I'd have to look now. 1035, 1055. Um, I think it's 1055. Somewhere just shy of $11 for an average. So I mean, not great, but the fur itself sold for an average of about 5. So still made a little more money. Bet you didn't have to do that, buddy. Braden, how we doing? What's the end date on the season? Hunting and stuff, our season ends January 31st. But we're going to hit it hard for the first few days. Or for the first few weeks. And then kind of December is going to be kind of a lull where I'm going to finish some fur. Oh, Tony, I'll 1,000 raccoons first, for sure. By the time I hit 1,000 raccoons, which I'm hoping I do, obviously, I I catch a lot of possums, but the numbers aren't as high as raccoons. If I had to guess, by the time I hit 1,000 raccoons, I'll be around 300 to 400 possum. I could be off on that number. I don't know that for sure, but luckily I got a market for my possums this year, so I'll be keeping them. I won't be letting anything go this year. No, Tony. I really don't know what I'd change if I was going after possums. Maybe I'd start making coyote sets if I wanted to catch more possums. But I catch plenty of them in my raccoon sets. I enjoy a nice rum and Pepsi on my lives there, boss. Kind of just sit here and talk trapping and have a couple drinks and just kind of. Tonight we're getting gear ready. Normally I'm inside the shop working on, or normally I'm sitting inside what I call my wife's office where the computer is. But we're out here in the shop tonight working on traps, getting things ready, and that's why I did a live. Just kind of see what's going on with everybody, see what's happening. See what states have their seasons opening yet. See what's going on. Lawrence, I weighed a few several years ago, but I haven't in a long time. Normally I'm in such a rush, catching fur. I just got to keep moving, uh, which is kind of disappointing. Kind of some of the fun, what I call the romantic part of it, kind of goes out the window by day 2 when I'm pushing hard. We've caught 3 of the 4 colored possums, white, silver, black. Oh, cool, Dan. That's awesome. 1980 raccoon today. They moved last night. Oh, yeah. I'd definitely say so, Tony, for sure. That's what's going to start paying the bills is those animal damage control trappers since the fur market's so poor right now um, and people are kind of losing interest in trapping. The populations are exploding. Uh, as the populations explode, so does distemper, so does disease. And next thing you know, our animal populations are almost decimated because Mother Nature will take care of her own. Uh, and she's kind of a cruel bitch. She really is. She's gonna, you know, as trappers, in my area, me and the few locals I got around here, if I had to honestly guess, we'd take out maybe 20% of the population. Um, but if Mother Nature has to kick in, she's taking out 90%. Uh, pretty horrific. A trapping story is the one that goes away or something. Oh, um, I've got all kinds of stories, buddy. Uh, I had a really good year last year. We've hit 134 raccoons, my best in one day, which is pretty amazing. Um, I thought I was going to get shot by a raccoon a few years ago. I don't know if I've shared this on my lives before, but back before I used this pellet gun, so this has been 7, 8 years ago. I had I don't know, it's probably a 8-inch tube, a culvert. I had a raccoon. I put too much length on it, and he was way down in there. Well, I was pulling on the chain with my 22 Heritage right here, and I started pulling on it. Oh, I felt like swamp people. Shoot him, Elizabeth. I was pulling on it. All of a sudden, that raccoon flew out of there, and I was bent over and I launched myself backwards, dropped the gun and everything, rolled down the hill, walked back up, and this raccoon is picking up this 22 revolver. I was just like, "You win, I surrender." That was pretty crazy. I wish I had that on video. That'd been awesome. Just got into it last year. That's awesome, man. Oh, vet. I've heard. I've looked into this rabies thing quite a bit. Uh, And it does seem like the rabies is over on the East Coast pretty good. That's scary, man. That's scary for you guys over there. Oh, I plan to catch my 3 cats, Tony, for sure. Hunting and stuff. I can't say it won't happen, but last year was a fluke year when I got the opportunity to do it, and I don't know if that'll happen again. Just because it was so. I mean, we had open water in December. It was like right around Christmas time when I was doing those river lines. And reality, Thanksgiving we are froze solid. So that was crazy. Uh, but it did open my eyes to a lot. I learned a lot. Those that are on my Facebook, my Iowa Trapper Facebook page, that's something I shared on there today. Is I make mistakes. I've tried a lot of different things over the years of trapping and just being a person in general, and you make mistakes and learn from it. If I get a chance to rat trap out of a boat again, I learned a lot last year of things to do, but more so of things not to do. But I think that'd make me a lot better boat trapper for muskrats for sure, for sure. Oh, bet how I got bit. Yeah, that was a scary one. Um, so as I said before, if you're still watching, my Florida friend, um, these traps are so humane now. These are actually what I call dog-proof traps. They're very humane. Literally, they stick their paw in and pull a trigger, and this spring that I'm compressing releases out, and it catches their paw in that hole right there. All it does is pin their paw to the side. Very humane, no pain, no nothing. I walk up to literally hundreds of raccoons sleeping in these traps every year, and if you're sleeping, you're not in any pain. Anywho, I walked up to this raccoon that was sleeping. I dispatched it, or so I thought. Well, typically when you dispatch something in the brain with the nervous system, the limbs spasm. It's very typical. Freaks some people out, but it's part of it. It's the nervous system. That's what happens. Uh, the back legs kicked out and spasmed, and just like I typically do, I reached down, grabbed that raccoon, take it out of the trap, and I don't know why it was freaking out and spasm, but I missed completely, and that sucker came up and bit me. And I don't know if you can see it or not in this. Of course you can't. Right above there. Wow, this looks terrible on camera. Anyway, he bit me right across there. Punctured, I'm assuming, an artery or a vein. But by the time I pulled my hand back and I looked down, I had blood running off my elbow. I put my finger over the top of it, and as soon as I let go, it squirted to about here. And I just kept my finger quenched over the top of it till we got to the hospital. That was pretty sketchy. Luckily, I had my dad with me. He was able to drive me there. Um, I don't know if it's his way of acting worried or not, but he was let's just say he's more of a you dumbass than anything. Um, but might just be how he reacts to that too. But it was my own fault. William, this year's goal, beat my record, which, 1,082 coon around here in Iowa isn't really isn't crazy numbers. A lot of people think that's crazy numbers, but it's not. Oh yeah, P-Mang 6. I promise you. Please, if you have friends or something, educate them on trapping. This is not what you're right. It's the stereotyping. It's not. It's not what people think it is. Uh, I would take. Obviously we've got these traps that I'm working on now. These types of traps. They're body grip traps. They are designed to kill the animal instantly. Um, that being said, we're real cautious where we put these to catch only target animals. Um, but they're dispatched ethically, very efficiently. It's designed basically, not getting too graphic, but basically to sever their spine, and within seconds, this animal is dispatched. Um, these foothold traps, heck, I'll even show you. These traps right here, I can reach in, pull this trigger, there, set off. All it's going to do is hold me there. That's it. There's no, oh, I've got a broken finger. No, nothing like that. These are perfectly fine. But you have so many people against the outdoors and hunting and trapping. Uh, it's too bad. So, no, I just did that, vet. See, we're good. Jeff, hey, how we doing, Jeff? Never trapped other than some live traps. I've been watching your videos. I just bought 2 dozen Duke dog proofs. Go and try them. Awesome. I'm glad you're taking your boy out. That's awesome, man. I hope he has a great time. That'd be awesome. Left-handed trigger finger. Yeah, you're probably right. I do have a small, first aid kit in the truck. If I had to do something by myself, I definitely could make it happen. But just got a mouse with your pellet pistol. Be careful, pest hunter. Last time I shot a mouse was under my freezer, and I blew out a freezer, I think, with that. You're no stranger to people who hate outdoorsmen because they don't know any better. I don't know of anyone trapping nutria south, but I know of some people over in Oregon trapping them. Well, actually, Dan, if you're in here, he's probably in a little bit of nutria country. I know there's a bunch of them down south. Hunting and stuff, that's funny. Yeah, it's too bad. And that's what I'm huge on education right now, guys. I'm honestly more passionate probably about educating people than I am my season right now. Um, I hate to say it, and I don't know this, but this might be my last year of hitting it really, really hard trapping. I might really start focusing on the education side of it. I'll always trap. Um, but there's so many people that are uneducated. So many people sitting in cities that all they're seeing is the Humane Society commercials, PETA commercials. Well, guess what? If they only see that one side of things, that's what they're going to believe. How many people in here are scared of bees or snakes or any insects or any animal, period, that have never had an encounter with it? I've never been bit by a snake, but I'm scared to death of snakes. Why? Because I was preached that as a kid. Stay away from that snake. Stay away from it. It's dangerous. It's going to hurt you. Guess what? Now it's in my head that it's dangerous. It's going to hurt me. Just like when everyone watches these commercials, trapping. It's bad. It's terrible. And that's what they stick with. We're not presenting our side to anybody. We are to an extent, but we are so far behind the 8 ball. We need to start reaching the general public, not just the outdoor community, the general public, and teach them why we trap, the ethics behind it, the reasoning, the what happens when populations get out of hand. Sorry, I got on a rant. I know I'm trying to stay off that, but it's very, very huge with me right now. Yeah, Dan, I bet they. I know they're big. Oh, cool, Tony. Yeah, Kat, and you're right. You're 100% right. But the problem is we're not presenting our side enough. Where do you has anyone seen that picture of the South Dakota billboard where they I can't remember exactly what it says. Wear fur, a renewable resource, something like that. That's one billboard you see across the country against us. Hundreds, not thousands. How many commercials do you see against us? How many do you see that we're putting out there? How many radio commercials do you see for us? We're not reaching the general public, guys. We're just not. And that's our own fault. We can't blame anybody else but us. Coal, there are none. Um, Highways are fine. Interstates, you cannot do because interstates are federal land, not state ground. So the state right of way that we trap on doesn't apply to that. Um, don't ask me how I know that. But the only thing I would say is be very careful on the highway. Um, Not just for traffic, coming past you at 60 mile an hour and generally a lot of it. But if you're trapping before light, you get a lot of highway patrol or sheriff's patrol on those grounds, and they see a car pulled over on the side of the road at night. They're going to pull over behind you, make sure everything's all right. And if you come out of a ditch carrying a gun, things could get very, very serious very quickly. I've actually had that a couple times in daylight coming out of a ditch with a firearm. Um, when I've had just a sheriff or a highway patrol, which it all worked out well. And once they saw what I was doing, and as soon as I saw them, I set the gun down, and everything's okay, and they were fine with it. They calmed down once they realized I wasn't a threat. But things get very serious very quick, especially in the dark. So um, be very, very careful on the highway. That being said, my theft is way less on the highway, mostly because if someone's trying to steal something, every vehicle coming behind them could be you. So I have a lot less theft on the highway than I do on, like, everyone's like, oh, find a remote gravel or dirt road where nobody's on. Well, guess what? That's where all the mischief happens. So that's where the guys are booze cruising with 30-06s looking for deer in the fields. That's where you're going to have problems, in my opinion. And for the right reasons, and we save animal populations from being destroyed. Oh, yeah, vet, 100%. Yeah, internet vet, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. We've got to start broadcasting this. I've actually got a few people in my corner, not even associations, just individual people that are starting to, or that have some power and pull in the trapping community, and I'm going to start working on things. Next year, I'm already looking at putting on these trapper classes that I had here in my hometown. Um, I'm gonna hopefully put on several of them, 5 or 6 of them across the state this year. If that goes well, next year I might open it up to the Midwest. Maybe I'll start heading to Kansas or um, Nebraska, Illinois, Minnesota, Missouri. Start educating these people on trapping because that's what we have to do. Hey, Chad, how we doing, buddy? Depends what he's doing too, Mahler. Um, if you're down deep in a ditch and you're setting a dog proof fairly close, I mean, you don't want them to go through the fence, but the only rules with fences is or 220s have to be 5 feet away and a snare can't touch it. Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you following. You take care, man, and good luck, my fisherman from Florida. That's your nickname now. So that's cool, man. We had somebody in here completely not in the trapping world, and be able to talk to them. That's neat. That's what we need to do, just as outdoorsmen. We need to all combine forces. Fishermen, hunters, trappers. I mean, everybody. I appreciate it, Tony. I really do, buddy. See, tonight was a success already. Other than the fact I quit working on equipment. That would be the only downfall to that, but that's all right. We got to teach one person our ways, at least, and share with them why we do this. So I'm going to call it a huge win in my eyes. I wish I could do that on every one of my lives, because I do it live every single night. Mahler, no, we are so far from ready. But what I will do is I'll show you guys what we got going on. These are all ready to go completely. Everything else, these all need dyed yet. These need dyed as well. And these need power washed. Plus I still got one more tote of dog proofs. And these, I don't know, probably 45 or 50 220s yet to go. So we're getting there, but it's going to take a while. That's awesome, Tony. Good deal. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Vet. Yeah, Jeff's taking his 7-year-old out. That's awesome. That is great. Yeah, you're right, Dan. I know some guys at work that are so diehard bow hunting. I would call them in our same group, but at the same time, they don't have to go. We have to go. There is a difference, And I brought that up to him, like, oh, we'll go range, shine, sleet, whatever. And I'm like, that's because you're passionate about it, like I am. But you're not obligated by law to go do it. So there's a slight difference, but more power to them. I'll chat it. This week's going to be hot, this first week, or first couple days. Tomorrow's 85. Tuesday's 97. And then we drop into the low 70s pretty much from here on out. So I got to get my rear in gear and get this stuff going. I actually need to reach out to Alan with Funkies. I'm going to be getting a few more 220s off him pretty soon, I think. That's awesome, Jeff. What are you, what state are you in, I guess? Are you here in Iowa? Exactly, Pest Hunter. We go to the animals. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Tony. Absolutely. The 70s? No, but, literally, Mahler, our opening day, like the last 4 years, the highs hit upper 60s. So if I wait till 40s, heck, I'm moving into Thanksgiving. Just gotta, once I get these all dyed up, then it's just gonna come down to scouting out ground. Oh, Alabama. Okay, Jeff. A little different area down there than what I have up here, for sure. You're probably more into the beaver country. I know you guys do have raccoons, for sure. Probably beaver, nutria, that type of thing. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. I hope you and your boy have a good time. If you get a chance, if you have Facebook at all, Iowa Trapper, message me, and I'd love to see some pictures of you and your boy catching something this year. That'd be pretty awesome. I'm so thankful I have people that actually do that. I'll get pictures. I mean, especially here coming up here in the next couple months of, I'll get a picture a day of somebody with their boy or even their daughter with their first catch of the year or something like that. Just seeing that fire in their eyes is so awesome. Oh, you bet, 1,000%, absolutely. Um, you know, I'm someone that I try to go after numbers. I do. But I'll tell you what is more amazing than numbers is seeing some youth get out there and catch their first muskrat or their first raccoon or even their first possum. Uh, I'll never forget my first of all those animals, and um, it's just you light a fire in them that doesn't extinguish over their life. They're always gonna hopefully have that trapping bug, and they'll remember that moment for the rest of their life. Hey, Eli. Yeah, it's a school night. I know, buddy. You're 17. First snow was 2 days in the season. Yeah, Muller, that does suck. Dan, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Um, and that's the thing. Like I've even noticed it in my area. Not so much these last couple of years, but um, I have found raccoons that died of distemper all over the creek systems. Uh, it happens every year, especially to some of the younger ones. Um, Terrible, slow, terrible death. Uh, but people don't see that side of things. It's too bad. But honestly, by catching raccoons year after year in the same locations, my population is healthier. And people can't grasp that, but it's the truth. Um, if I go into a new area for me, I'm going to catch a 50-50 ratio of smaller ones to bigger ones. Um, but it seems like year after year, I'm going to catch healthier raccoons every single year going forward. Um, I don't know. I honestly think it's because you take out the cream of the crop and leave the rest for seed. But I can't tell you how many times I've gotten to new spots. It's like, oh, this can be a great location. I come up on one, and you can tell when a raccoon's sick. You grab the fur, and the carcass will stay here, and the fur will pull like up to here because there's no fat on it. Like it was getting big, and then just instantly shrunk because it was sick. Uh, it's pretty bad. It's pretty brutal. Oh, absolutely, vet. 100%. Yeah. Same thing with the gray fox. And to be honest with you, I'd much rather probably catch one mink than probably 100 raccoons, just because nobody thinks I can catch one. Uh, I love the art, especially of mink trapping. Um, as if he's in or not, Iowa Mink mentioned it the other day that it's kind of a lost art. Blind setting for mink is probably one of my favorite types of trapping because the generations before me, that's their bread and butter. The dog proof trap realistically took a lot of the art out of it. I love dog proofs; it helps me with my numbers, but I love going back and setting 1.5 blind for something. It's pretty fun. All right, Lawrence, take care, bud. We tried 586 pound life weight this morning. Oh, that's awesome, Eli. That is awesome. Jeff, yeah. Well, actually, I'll show you my. Hold on a second. I probably shouldn't share this since it's a prototype, but Justin at A&J Skinning Machines has made me one of these to test out for him this year. Basically, to put it through the ringer, beat the living hell out of it, and see if it lasts. But it's got the pry bar over here. This for my rebar steaks. When I get into frozen ground later in the year, I can pop them loose, just loose, not pull them. But this is some heavy. I don't know if you can see there or not, but that's some heavy tubing. Um, Basically, yeah, I grip my cable here, put that down the ground and just leverage it up and keep working it along. All of them kind of have a similar design, but I'm prototyping that for him, so we'll see if that works. Hopefully he's going to start selling a few of them next year too. Don, you're after your first bobcat? You coming down southern tier then? Oh yeah, I bet AutoCat. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't say that. It's funny how you disappeared for a while and then you just showed up. Hook and solid bar, yeah. So I had one. Well, actually, I'll grab my other ones real quick since I'm out in the shop. This is handy. This is one I've been using. If you can see the nice bend in it. I'm not even sure where I got this, but it's not as heavy as this other one, so hopefully it holds up better. But I've bent that thing and bent that thing and bent back, and the more you bend steel, the weaker it gets. So Don, shoot me an email, Iowa Trapper 2, or on Facebook. Look me up. Oh yeah, Tony, for sure. Oh, did he? Yeah. Johnny made me all my kill poles for snares, and I love those things. Man, those are awesome. Yeah, Aaron, that's right. You lose some. Well, this one's all mangled up, but that's why I make the big loop, so I can take my dog proofs. Once this is in the ground, I'll put it through the swivel. If the bottom's in the ground, and then I can put the trap back through it, and that attaches my trap to the pogo. If I can't get the pogo out for some reason, and I know it's an area I can find it later, I simply will just take it right back off. Put the whole trap back through the loop, and then pull it off. I actually learned this from Kyle Katz. This is not my design by any means. Kyle Katz's DV, Roadline Anecdotes. I learned that. Phenomenal idea. It's amazing. You broke a cable last year. I'm too much boy to barrel roll like that. Mahler, yeah, it's crazy the strength of these pogos. This cable, I think 3/32 is 720-pound breaking strength. Don't quote me on that, but I thought it was right around there. And I've snapped several pogos myself. The length on them, I'd have to look. When it's all said and done, they're right around 21 to 24 inches. For me, I'm a big boy. I'm 260 pounds now. I'm putting that pogo in, and this year might be an exception because we don't have any moisture at all on the ground. But I'll drive that sucker in just with my body weight. I'll just put my weight on it, and however deep it goes, that's where it goes. I used a hammer on maybe 10 pogos all last season, period. And I set several hundred of them, so I just don't use the hammer on it. I don't need to. If I'm on dry crop ground, very possibly, very possible. But for where I'm at, I just don't have to. Dan, I am not a little boy. I promise you that. It's crazy how quickly these trails are popping this year, guys. It is just insane. I'm scared. I want to be out scouting right now because they're popping so quick. But I know if I do it right now, I'm going to miss a lot. They opened Boone County last year. We have some ground there to work with. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, Don. That's awesome. No, anytime, Jeff. Anytime. If there's anything else I can help you with, please reach out to me. Email Iowa Trapper, the number 2 at Gmail, or through my Iowa Trapper Facebook page, or through right here on YouTube with a comment or something. I'd be happy to help you any way I can, man. That's the whole reason for having this channel is to educate and show what the average dude can do, man. Whether you're trapping, like Vet was talking about, whether you're trapping 1,000 coon, 100, 10, 2, it don't matter. We're all on the same page, and we can all teach each other something. So. Yep. Yeah, Dredger, that's for sure will happen. How we doing, bud? I didn't see you're in here. Dan, you are the man. Wow. I'll be so happy once trap prep and the shop is all cleaned up and ready. That's going to make me feel like $1,000,000. Because then the only thing left to do is scout. And scouting gets my blood flowing like crazy. It's not, I mean, by any means, it's not for everybody. Like, I had several guys tell me, like, you're setting 220 by hand. Yeah, I can, but it's just because I've got that muscle memory for doing it. Actually, when I was a lot younger and a lot smaller, like 180 pounds, I had a good way to set 330s by hand. I can't do it now at all because I don't set 330s. I haven't in a long time. If I do, it's very few. Just it's just a strength training thing. The more you do it, the better you get at it. I don't expect anybody to set 220s by hand. I just, I do it just for time. That's probably stupid of me. But yeah, I mean, size isn't everything by any means. Tony, I won't say slow down. If I'm going to hit my numbers, I have to hit it harder off the bat. But late season's going to be more of a let's slow down, let's have fun, and let's enjoy ourselves. If I enjoy myself at all early season, it's literally I take 15 minutes to stop. And this sounds cheesy to some, but I got a couple spots where I'll stop and I eat lunch like inside of a culvert. I'm talking like those big 5-foot tall culverts. A lot of mine are dry this year. I'll just sit in there and have lunch and just look down the creek and think what people were here before me. I'm a very nostalgic person. I'm sure back in the 70s and 80s, you probably had 4 or 5 people standing at the mouth of this culvert all the time and seeing what it's seen. It's just, I don't know. It's silly to some, but it's just kind of how I am. Yeah, Dan, I've seen them. I think those work really good. Yeah, Tony, I might do that. I really might. Patrick, I watched guys at the Iowa Trapper Convention set 330s in 3 seconds. Pretty amazing. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dredger, for sure. And I do. I actually got them right here. I use these locking setters. I won't use regular setters at all. And a lot of times you guys will see me on the line using these. If I'm just setting these by hand right now, it's easier for me by hand. But when I have a raccoon in that and, the angles, it changes how I can grab that trap. These are a lifesaver. These are huge. Especially any youth getting into these, I would invest in these because they lock. way better than trying to hold that together with one hand and get the safety on. They work awesome. My season ends January 31st. Mauler, since I bought out that buddy of mine stuff, I've got 2 pairs of them too, so I got a lot of doubles now. Mauler, how's your first day at work too? It was really good seeing you at the ITA, man. I wish you lived closer. You and Possum, you're good people, and you know I get to talk to you guys almost every day, but never get to actually see you guys and you know sit around the shop, share a beer, and shoot the bull weekly. Versus you know Mertens, he's not too far from me, and I see him a little bit more normally. Bet you're 100% right. You are 100% right. Here's a good example. Like when my daughter was born, and when she turned a year old, we'd go places. I'd carry her for 20 minutes, and my back would just be killing me. My wife could carry my daughter 10 hours. It doesn't bother her a bit. It's amazing. Yeah, Hoyt, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Paint them pink? Yeah, they would. They definitely would. Oh, yeah, Dan. I get that. No, these actually were, I think these were red at one point. I think I painted them red. Not even pink. I think they were red. Work as a trap. I get it, Mauler. I just really like that trigger configuration. I've heard a lot of guys tell me they don't like it because they get a lot of misses, but um, for me, it really works. I don't know. I mean, like I said, stick with whatever works for you guys. We're starting to make some progress. Vet, isn't it really late for you out there on the coast? I'm just thrilled to have 2 days off this week, guys. Next 2 days off, get some trap prep done, which is good. I need to get this trap prep done, get the shop finished, cleaned out, and then next week we start hitting the mid 70s for a high. It's going to be scouting weather. It's going to be scouting weather. Really, really looking forward to that. Oh yeah, that's a good one. "34 people in here and everybody went quiet." Everybody probably fell asleep and just left their computers on. Or I'm just not getting comments anymore, one or the other. We're down to way more than I thought. We still probably got about 40, 45 of these. Might not get them all done tonight, but that's all right. The dog-proof deal tomorrow won't be bad. We'll get them soaking in the morning and hopefully get them power washed. And I'm looking forward to a really, really good big dye day. It's going to be a lot of work, though. People don't quite understand, oh, you're dyeing traps. Yeah, that, whatever. That'll take you a little bit. But, no, we're going to start probably about 8 in the morning, and I bet we don't get done till the family gets home till about 5. So, it's going to be some big, big days. Oh, now I'm getting comments. Thanks, Ottercat, for the text. Bobby, the Freedom brands, I'm not a huge fan of myself. Jeff, I like my rum and Pepsi. It's definitely my go-to. Nothing wrong with painting them, Gary. Nothing wrong at all. Uncle Bucks, how we doing? Yeah, sorry. On my phone, things are weird, guys. There's options. You can read top comments, like on Facebook stuff. And it's like, no, I want to see all comments. Oh, you're not far from me, Jeff. Yeah, Chad, I'm Duke 220s for sure. Yeah, Don, feel free to email me. Sorry, I'm going up now. That's a team player. Mahler, you're a little ways from Council Bluffs. That's probably a couple hour drive, hour and a half. Cole, you're new to trapping, 17. I'm around the same area as Ben. Are there any laws that are unknown or some that you think some people might miss? A lot of variables. By talking Ben, I'm assuming you're talking about Dieters. If you're road trapping, conibears and snares 200 yards from any house or any building inhabited by humans. No snare can touch a fence. 220s must be 5 feet from a fence. And if you're first starting off, I would avoid 220s in the road ditches. Just because it takes a little experience to learn how they work. I don't want to see you catching something you don't want to. It takes a little experience of how to know what you're going to catch, and to cut out the make sure you don't catch something you shouldn't. Let's just say that. But if you have any questions, Iowa Trapper, the number 2, email me. I'd be happy to help you out, man. That's awesome that you're getting into it. Anything I can do to help you, man, I will. Gary, I have. I can't say I've tried him. I've given him a fair shake. I got one of his first batches years ago. Actually didn't buy them. I won them. I had 4 of them, and I didn't like them. The spring seemed weak to me. I was later informed that he had a big batch that had bad springs, and I probably had that. Since then, just playing with them, they felt better. They felt stronger. But it's just kind of like if your first vehicle's a Chevy and it breaks down, you hate Chevys. I don't hate them. I'd give them a fair chance again, but my Dukes have never failed me, so I stick to them quite a bit. Left-handed triggers. I don't think Duke actually makes snares that I'm aware of. I make all my own snares using the Death Blow cam locks. I really like them. 5/64 cable, a poly whammy, um, on a kill pole. I have really really good success with. Dredger, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm aiming for. When my wife stops claiming me, that's when I know I've won. Yeah, Mahler prefers the coon shackles, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys. Um, I've honestly never even held a coon shackle, I don't think. But, like Mahler just said, if he's happy with them and he likes them, don't change. There's no reason to. Uh, I've said this before in my lives, but it seems like when someone gets an idea or a new idea is out there, everybody thinks they have to flock to it. Um, kind of like right now, if I was to tell you guys that I had my own secret dog proof recipe for bait, um, I think I could probably sell the crap out of it. Wow, he got 1,000 coons using that stuff. Does the bait that's working for you guys work already? If it's not, then yeah, search something out. But if it's working for you, why do you need something else? Uh, yeah, I see a lot of that in the trapping world for sure. When a new trap comes out, people will sell all their Bridger number 2 dogless for the, say the Duke 550. And the Duke 550 is a good trap too, but so is the Duke or the Bridger number 2 dogless. And if several people are like, yeah, I caught 50 coyotes last year, but I'm going to switch traps to this kind. It's going to be better. Why? Why would you just put all your eggs in that basket? If this is true and tested for you, stick with it. There's no reason for you to switch. Maybe take 10% of your line and try something new, but you do not need to fully just jump off the edge of that boat. Oh, okay, Mahler. Yeah, I love those Easies. Exactly, Vet. 100%. I did not know he sells snares. That's cool, Dan. I did not know that. Yeah, Jeff, absolutely. Absolutely. You message me anytime, buddy. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think his new uh, DPs are really good. But like I said, I'm a firm believer in the Dukes, and that's kind of what I've ran with. Hoyt, exactly. If it's not broke, don't fix it. There's no reason to try to fix something that's not broken. Now, there's a new one. No chain, just a 1.25 inch pogo on the end of that. PCS. I've heard of them. I have heard of them, Dan, but I've never messed with them. Jeff, anytime, man. Honestly, anytime. Uh, I am, I am more interested in helping people, meeting people, and getting new people into the sport than I am about anything right now. Especially these last few weeks, I've been, like I said, this really might be one of my last years of really hitting it hard. Um, just because I'm starting to see a lot bigger picture than me going out and catching a bunch of raccoons every year. Uh, my kids aren't trappers by any means. Uh, my boy's not a huge outdoor person. My daughter is definitely a princess, uh, but they understand why I do it. They understand the importance of it, which is what matters. And I think that's what we really need to focus on as trappers right now is why we're doing this and share that with people. Um, we'll see. We'll see what next year brings, but I'm definitely more passionate and fired up about educating people right now. Uh, especially since it seems like a lot of people really don't care about that aspect. Oh, Mahler. No, don't say that, buddy. Don't say that. I just about kicked my rear end. Myron, this year I should, between 220s and dog proofs, I should be just shy of 1,000. You had the 1.5s in there. I'm probably around 1,200, 1,300, somewhere around that. But I got a variety of other stuff. TS85s, 330s. I got some Duke 550s, Duke number 2s, Bridger number 2s. But what's going to be set on the road line, hopefully if I get them all pre-staked, is going to be as close to 1,000 traps as I can. Especially if this does end up being the last year I hit it hard. Yep. Absolutely, Dredger. Absolutely. Didn't you guys just have your convention over there? I thought it was coming up or just had it or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. Hopefully County Monitor still cutting. Yeah, Gary. And that is part of it. I'm not worried about it, really. No, Mauler, I'll always trap, that's for sure. But this just might be my last year of hitting it hard. I won't say that for sure by any means, but as I've talked to you at the ITA, I'm more worried about the future of trapping than I am myself of catching numbers anymore. I'm more worried about what the future holds just across the country as far as trapping goes. And I do worry about people not taking it serious as far as our fight against everything going on. So, and I feel more passionate about that right now. I really do. These last couple weeks has really opened my eyes to that. Yeah, I know one small guy is not going to make a difference, but, at least I can go down swinging, right? I got enough people to back me that I really think, obviously I can't compete with associations and such, but I got enough people out there that I think I can make my voice heard, or I should say our voice heard. Oh, Dredger, don't say that. Myron, I appreciate it, man. It is work. It's a labor of love, as I call it. It's kind of like a marriage. There are times where you're beat, you're worn out, and you wish you could be done. But at the end of the day, you're happy you're there. You're happy you did what you did. Um, it's not easy. Uh, it's fun. It's very rewarding. But there are times where you're just downright pissed off and hate every aspect of it. But it's also the exact opposite many times too. So yeah, Mahler. Literally, that's what I'm I haven't even started on his yet. I haven't even got to his yet, actually. Judge, I appreciate it, man. I don't want to be that by any means. I really want to start focusing on the education side of things. Uh, Whether that's, if I can get into high schools and talk during a presentation, um, whether that's me hosting multiple classes across the Midwest, whatever I have to do to start promoting trapping and educating people on the truth. Um, so, we get attacked by antis on a regular basis, right? We all do, especially on YouTube, social media. They all hate us, and we hate them, right? They come up with something where you're terrible, you're killing all these animals, you're a terrible human. And then a lot of us come up with, oh, you don't effing know what you're talking about, this and that. And we bring up good points, but we come about it the wrong way. These people, that's all they know is to hate us. We've never shown them our side. We've never promoted our side. They've never experienced our side. Therefore, why are we faulting them? If all they see is bad things about us and they hate us, that's kind of only our fault for not showing them the positives of what we're doing. And that's kind of where I want to start really focusing on, is showing the world, first off, just showing my state, and then showing the country the positives of what we're doing. Um, there's a lot of organizations out there that are doing stuff like that. There's some that, I won't say exactly, but maybe some of it more broadcast it to make themselves look good than actually doing it. But there's few people out there actually really doing it. And I'm prepared to do whatever I have to really do this. So, hey, you're looking at your pile traps, need to get at it. Yeah, I get it, man. Trust me, I get it. Eh, Mahler, just scrap him. He's got plenty, I'm sure, buddy. Yeah, I get it, Myron. I get it 100%, buddy. I love to trap, and that's why I still do it. And I'm still young enough to hit it pretty hard. But even if I was focused on numbers my whole life, I know my days are numbered. Realistically, you know, 10 years max is about how long I would physically be able to hit numbers hard. Uh, so I know it's coming to an end. Uh, it's just, I don't know. I'm really starting to look at things in a little different light. Partially because of this channel, partly because of just the experiences I've had over the last couple of years, which have all been amazing, but it's really starting to open my eyes to the lack of education that's out there. Um, and I really want to make sure that, even though many of them probably won't want to, that trapping is still something that generations to come can participate in. Oh, Patrick, yeah. No, Dale's older than me for sure. Um, he's phenomenal trapper. He's got the experience to do it, the knowledge, the time. I'm really looking forward to him, and I hope he hits it. Uh, it's gonna be tough. He's not a spring chicken anymore, and he knows that. But if anyone can, his determination, and his skill and knowledge of knowing when that fatigue kicks in. He had a video the other day talking about how to get past what I think it was day 4, which normally for me it's like day 3 to day 4. Just getting past that mentally is huge. Um, and just knowing that is huge. Uh, and with his years of experience, I'm sure he'll be able to do it and hit it out of the park. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, you're right. There's some people that will never be able to change their opinions. Um, but I'll tell you what, that 16-year-old kid that's sitting in downtown Mason City or Dubuque or Des Moines, Council Bluffs, that kid that's sitting there watching TV that's never even seen a gravel road, if he sees something positive about trapping on a commercial, maybe he can just be like, huh, that makes sense. I'm glad we have those types of people. That's what we need to educate him on the truth. Yeah, he may never set a trap, maybe never even touch a trap. But when it comes down to the legislative side, when it comes down to voting, he will be on our side. And that is the big picture. I get it, Dredger. I really do. Yeah, Dan, and I don't at all. That ring is perfectly fine for me. Yeah, me too. Me too, buddy. No, um, I have a lot of guys telling me that they've been exactly where I'm at right now, and they said they quit trying because they got burnt out. And I get it. Um, but I am very, very stubborn. For those of you that don't know me personally, very stubborn. If you were to tell me right now, literally, that I couldn't jump 10 foot up into the ceiling and hammer a nail into my ceiling, I would say, watch. I can't even jump that high. But telling me that I can't do something just pushes me harder and harder to be able to do something. Uh, I just, it's one of probably my biggest weaknesses, but at the same time, it's probably one of my biggest strengths. Uh, because that's what helped me realistically kind of overcome a lot of my life obstacles. You tell me something can't be done, hold my beer because it's going to get done. Uh, and that's just the more resistance I get, the more and harder I push. Literally, that's what inspired this channel. When I caught 1,000 coons the first time, everybody, there's two things that people said to me. Man, it must be nice to be single and do what you want. And boy, it must be nice to not have a job and do what you want. I have a full-time job and I have a family that, I'm not going to say needy, but, I devote a lot of my time to. And if I can do it, so can you. And it just pushed me to show them that, you know what, this can be done. People just got to find their drive and push hard. That's all it is. Oh, cool, Jeff. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. How did I get into trapping, Cole? Kind of a long story, but you know what? We're out here working. We got time. My dad raised bird dogs and trained them. We trained bird dogs from all over the country. Uh, we had almost 40 German short hairs, Brittany's, English pointers, and English setters in for training at one point. Uh, and we trained bird dogs. We guided hunters all across the state. We're guiding some people down in Creston, Iowa. And this kid pulled up. I still remember the pickup. It's probably mid-'80s pickup, red, regular cab. And he was helping carrying birds for these hunters. We're running the dogs. He's carrying birds. And he had three, I think it was three, maybe four raccoons in the box of his truck. He'd ran a trap line before that. I was like 11 or 12 years old, and that's the first time I'd ever seen a raccoon. and he told me he was trapping. This was before the internet was big, so uh, I kind of did some research, and I went out and bought 3 1.5 Duke coil springs that summer at our local hardware store. And the next year, I went out and walked a long ways with an unmodified, undyed 1.5 Duke and set it in front of a wooden cubby that I made out of sticks, more like a TP type tent thing. And I caught a possum, and it blew up from there. Next year, I caught like a dozen muskrats. The next year, I think I caught my first coon and 100 muskrats. The next year it was like 18 coon or something like that, and then it snowballed. It's kind of been my passion ever since. I wouldn't say that, buddy, but I do appreciate your support, man. Yeah, Mo, that sucks, man. And I get it. It wears on a guy. It really does. It really wears on a guy. Especially when you're out there trying to promote things and get things going. It definitely makes it tough. Boy, here we are working the shop, trying to talk about season getting ready, and here I'm talking about that whole education thing again. And seems like I go off on rants on that all the time. Starting to thunder pretty good. I know we got a storm coming in again tonight. Yeah, exactly, Muller. Exactly. Yep. Yep. You're exactly right. Predators are terrible. If any of you guys get the chance to, I don't know where to find it. Maybe you could Google it and find it. But Missouri did a survey. I think it was like 20 hen turkeys that they collared. Of those 20 hens, I think 15 of them had a nest that spring. Of those 15 hens that nested, like 5 predators ate the hens, or 5 of the hens got ate by predators. Like 8 of the nests got raided. No, all of the nests got raided. Of the 15 that were left, or of the 10 that were left or something, 6 of them made a second nest. Long story short, out of all these, one hen had stuff hatch, and she hatched 2 poults, and both of them got 8 in the first day. That just shows the survival rate. So it was like 15 or 20 hens, 2 poults came of it out of 2 nest attempts, and they both got 8 the first day. That's pretty pitiful. Oh yeah, we got some good thunder. You started on coyotes and muskrat in Missouri? Absolutely. Alright, she loves pink and purple. Man, that is awesome. What do they call it? Ptarmigan is, I think, how they call it. That's awesome, buddy. I would love to come up there and go after them. Yeah, but that just shows, guys, how much these predators are taking over, especially since trapping died. I want you guys to think about it. You know, if you lived in the Midwest, Iowa, South Dakota is still fairly decent, but especially in Iowa, look at our pheasant populations in the 70s and 80s, right during the fur boom. So what did that tell you? When your top raccoon trappers in your area were catching, you know, 200 to 300 coon, and they were the best of the best, and now you got people like me that go out there, stumble around, and not know what they're doing, and can catch 1,000. the populations have something going on, and that's why we have no pheasants and quails. Um, I won't go into too much detail, but I know in two of my roadside 220s, I have caught two predators that had young pheasants in their mouth when I caught them. Uh, Pretty crazy. Mauler, we got 2.5 inches last night. My dad, about 5 miles from me, they got 4 inches, and they have an adjuster coming out to look at their vehicles because they got hammered with hail. I would love to have got hammered with hail. No close season, yeah. And that's what's tough. Because prices are so low, finding someone to do that, I hate to say it, but is going to be almost impossible. You guys hear that? She cut loose. She finally cut loose. Means I'm going to have a nice wet walk inside the house. Really? I'll have to check that out. I'll have to check that out, bud. She's coming down now. I knew we were in a storm warning. Yeah, she's coming right down pretty good right now. Maul, you take care, buddy. Welcome back to work, by the way. I'm probably going to make a mad dash into the house here pretty soon myself. It's getting late. I don't even know what time it is, but I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. A lot of trap prep, some animal damage control work. Left-handed trigger, I won't say exactly where I'm at. I don't like to because I've already had people come and jump on part of my line. So, oh yeah, Don, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hold on a second, fellas. Whew. Yeah, she's definitely coming down out there. We flood pretty good. We need rain bad. Planted green fields for deer last weekend. Oh yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But we're gonna go ahead and hop off here, guys. I dash inside. This rain might actually make me sleep good tonight, and I could use a good night of sleep. It's been a long time. I haven't really rested up since the convention last weekend, so this will be good. This will be good. So it was a fun night, guys. Videos are coming out soon. Trap prep, and then my favorite of all, scouting. I'm really looking forward to scouting. Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. Patrick, I appreciate you stopping in, man. It's been fun. I will sleep well, man. So much work to do yet, guys. So much work. But You know, like I said, I'm stubborn and I love to do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. So, y'all take care, and we'll see you in some videos here coming up. So, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. I might have just missed my window. She's coming right down now. That's all right. Nothing like a good rain to run through, right? So, y'all take care. Guys, go out there and take a kid trapping if you can. Share what you know and show the ethics of what we're doing. We have to. We have to step up our game teaching people. And teaching people that won't always be trappers. So, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping in. I appreciate the support. Really means the world to me. So, we'll catch you guys later. Y'all take care.